Sacred Insights 101. I just wanted to send a great big thank you so much for everything. I love you guys. I had no idea when I started this how kind and beautiful and heartfelt and wonderful you guys are. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you from my heart. I just love you. I also want to let you know that after I do these readings, what happens sometimes is I can sort of, I continue to get messages from Spirit, sort of added insights or things that I would like to clarify what Spirit was saying. But then the video's up and there's really kind of nowhere for me to do that. I also have occasionally seen questions that you guys write in. In the comments section, there's questions there. And also, telepathically, I hear your questions and then Spirit answers. And here I sit with it and know where to actually put it. So for the month of September, for you guys, I say we, me and Spirit, we're going to do extended readings, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do those around the 10th, 11th, 12th of September to give you guys a chance to watch these September horoscopes. And if you have anything that you'd like clarification on, or if you have any questions about the reading, or anything stirs up in you that you'd like to share or have any questions, or you'd like clarification on anything, please put it in the comments. I'll be watching those and using those to put together the extended reading for you. So I'm going to be taking notes on what Spirit gives me, and I'm also going to be gathering up your comments. So get your comments in. Hopefully, you know, if you see the September, this reading before September 10th, 11th, 12th, make sure you get your questions or your comments in there so that I can address those in these extended readings. Once I do them, then I will put the link for them down below the video. So I'll add those links in once the videos are done. So keep a lookout for those around mid-September, something like that. That will just clarify and answer your questions for these September horoscopes. Okay? I love you guys. I love you. Mwah. Have a great month. Hi Pisces, Cindy here with Sacred Insights 101, ready to do your reading for September. The very first card that you guys got for September is that your wish is granted. Your wish is granted. So coming off of August, where magic and miracles, and you guys are just like nothing can go wrong, everything's going your way. What you've asked for is coming true. Is the very first card for September. We're also still in August right now. As I'm doing this reading, we're still in August, and so this reading kind of goes, you know, it's still sort of tapping into and addressing what feels like maybe some things that might be coming up as a result of the August reading. And so this is kind of coming in to say, yeah, no, it feels like some of you are going, okay, magic and miracles, that sounds great, but it's not really quite happening. Or maybe some of the bigger things you're wanting, it's just quite not happening as quickly as you thought, or as easily as you thought, something like that. And so they're saying, no, your wish is granted. Has been granted. And these next like 6 cards all come together and speak to this. So the very next card that wants to go is Archangel Michael, saying to trust. Trust that it's coming. We have confidence. Have confidence in Spirit. So this one is saying to have confidence, but it's not so much about confidence in yourself. It feels like a lot of you are already confident in yourself. It's about trusting. And so these two want to go together to say, trust that your wish has in fact been granted. It's out there and it's on the way. Prosperity in all areas. Prosperity everywhere. Trust it. Have confidence in Spirit that, yes, your wish is granted and it is on the way. And so the biggest kind of thing that might be, that might address it for a lot of you is timing, divine timing. I've had so many conversations lately where that's come up, where situations were happening for somebody and they were talking about how divine timing happened, was the best way for it to happen. In other words, that they weren't getting what they were wanting right away, but because it happened when it did, maybe later than what they were wanting, it turned out to be amazing. And then once it happened, they were able to see that that they got this amazing thing could not have happened any sooner. Does that make sense? Have you experienced that before? Remember some situation in your life, something you were asking for. It could not have happened any sooner to happen so beautifully. Everything's going to be okay. This divine timing, everything is working out in a beautiful way. So these two want to go together with these two, and trusting Spirit and trusting that your wish is granted. Divine timing. You know, so you just keep on believing. You just know that it is coming. So this feels like it's kind of just a reminder for some of you, and for others of you that you might be feeling a bit of frustration, like, why isn't this, you know, maybe something big that you're wanting. And as a Pisces, you know that big or small is no difference to Spirit bringing it to you. And yet some things just might not be happening yet. Like, what's going on? So maybe there's something in me. Maybe I'm not doing something right. And so they're just saying, nope, everything's working out beautifully, right the way it's supposed to. Divine timing. So just kind of let that go. For some of you, just like, okay, you wouldn't want it to be any sooner, because then it might be something not, you know, exactly what you're wanting. Spirit can orchestrate exactly what you're wanting. And there's a timing to things that, you know, it's just a reminder. Just a reminder, there's a timing to things. All right, so for that's for some of you where hopefully when you hear that, you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Whew, right? Just help you just sort of relax into the sort of waiting period, the timing aspect. For others of you, there may be some blocks on your side of things, right? So you ask, Spirit delivers. Now we have to have that frequency, that vibrational frequency that makes it match. Along with divine timing, there also has to be the right frequency. And you're, as a human, as a soul here on earth, in your spiritual growth process, there has to be a clear path, you know, like tuning in a radio dial to the thing you're wanting. There has to be that clear signal. Does that make sense? And so this addresses something that might be coming up for some of you that might help you kind of get more dialed in to what is already, you know, here and on its way, and it's just a matter of timing now. And so the next card that you got is Claircognizance. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. Some of you may be able and have experience at feeling the difference between a thought that's yours versus one that's just sort of dropped into your head from Uriel. I think somebody the other day was viewing something, and they said, and they said what they heard was, this will be wonderful, or something like that. And he was asking me, okay, is that claircognizance, or is that just my thought? And I just pointed out the difference between, you know, that is wonderful versus, you know, I can handle that kind of thing. Like, that would work for me. That kind of thought is your own thought. But when you get a thought like, yes, like a yes kind of feeling to it, claircognizance. excuse me. So notice the thoughts that are coming in. Uriel is planting thoughts in your head to help you with what looks like it might be a bit of a situation. Your sensitivities are becoming increasing again, Pisces. I mean, how sensitive can you get? Even more. So August, all those August energies, they're showing me all those August energies, just like electric, you know, back and forth, and poof, just August energies, just increasing your sensitivities even more. So be mindful that you avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. They're asking you to be mindful of avoiding those, because it looks like for some of you, you might be getting sort of tangled up in some drama, or there's some drama in your life, in your world, that might be going on, and they're saying walk away from the drama, avoid harsh environments, because your sensitivities are going up. It's going to be even harder for you to be around that. And then some of you say, okay, but I'm a healer and a counselor and I help people. That's what I do. So when I see drama, I want to help, right? So you are a healer and a counselor naturally, and yet there's a difference between sort of just allowing spirit to flow through you to heal those that are asking, and only those who are asking, and avoiding drama where you got this, you know, sort of he said, she said, he said, she said, and you just don't want to get drawn into that. It's going to be even more painful to you to get drawn into it. So kind of be mindful of being the observer to any of this kind of thing that's going on, right? We also have, so for some of you, that might be creating or adjusting frequencies in you to some extent that's keeping the radio dial from being a clear channel to all of this that's coming. All of this it's kind of already here, is what it feels like. It's like sitting here. It's like sitting here, and then they're just sort of waiting for you to get dialed in. And so that's one. This is one. So for some of you, this will relate to. For others of you, it's just a reminder that, yeah, okay, it's coming in divine timing. For some of you, it's, you know, in case you're getting tangled up in some drama, detach from that. So you might go, okay. And for others of you, it looks like there might be a past life experience, and it looks like it looks like a past life experience is creating a frequency that's preventing this from coming. So even though Spirit has granted your wish, and it's not coming, and maybe prosperity, it could be some kind of beliefs around prosperity. It could be some beliefs around worthiness. Worthiness is coming up big. So from a past life experience, worthiness. And even though the subconscious card didn't come out, it feels like, you know, worthiness is kind of tricky. But you also got, that goes right with this card, you got two cards talking about forgiveness. You have an opportunity to forgive. So that from your guardian angels is saying this situation, whatever past life situation, that you can go into solitude and find it, right? Do your healing thing like you know how to do. Go into solitude and find it. Find the situation that might be causing some unworthiness, or forgiveness cards are coming. So it feels like guilt. Guilt is what calls for forgiveness. So you might be feeling guilty about something. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's, you know, forgiveness is, there's a couple of things with forgiveness. It could be forgiving the other for being abusive. Certainly going to have that for some Pisces in past lives, right? Pisces are typically the healers of the world, universe. So no doubt you've had many past lives as a healer, and therefore in past lifetimes, in our timeline of lifetimes. Some of those times back in the past were pretty brutal to healers. People, that fear just made some not so good things happen to healers in past lives. So it feels like there's, okay, they're saying victim. So be mindful if you're blaming, which it would be a natural thing, you know. If you were tortured in a past lifetime, or you know, burned at the stake, right? You hear about that. Any of those kinds of endings to past lives, there would be blame for people hurting you, and there would also be guilt as a healer, that maybe you should have done something differently, maybe you could have done something differently, why did that have to happen? Guilt and blaming, they're saying. Guilt and blaming, those two things are going to be big for some of you. For some of you it'll be guilt, for some it'll be that victim thing where you're blaming the other, and it feels very subconscious because it's past life stuff. So it's stuff that's kind of in your DNA that's carried over into this lifetime. So if you're feeling like, as you're watching this video, like, well, I'm not a victim anymore, maybe I used to be, now I've worked through that. It looks like there might be, for some of you, a past life situation that's caused some of this to still be in your vibration, in your frequency of your vibration. And so they're asking you to look into that. Look into that. Who do you need to forgive? It could be the other, and it could also be yourself. If you're feeling guilty about something, guilt, oh, it's just so heavy and covers everything. If you can forgive, forgiveness is huge to just, you know, freedom and just clearing and getting through that and letting it go and just, you know, saying goodbye to that, okay? Past lives. Again, intellectually, they're saying, and I'm talking fast, they're talking so fast. Intellectually, they're saying, yes, okay, so as you're watching this, you can be going, yeah, yeah, you know, I've studied this, I know this. Again, they're going, okay, past life, but it's deep. It could be deep for some of you, almost unawareness of it. So they're asking you to take some quiet time, and now she wants to come back. Take some quiet time to help you access this, so that the forgiveness can happen, so that the radio dial can get clear and connect vibrationally to what you're wanting. Does that make sense? So go into quiet time and see how she's going, shh, 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 right? So that is saying, you know, quiet your mind. So mentally, for Pisces, right? Very intelligent Pisces. We can think about all this mentally, intellectually. We can know certain things, but this is deep inside. So quiet your mind and be mindful of the thoughts that pop in. Be mindful of Uriels that pop in. So quiet your mind. Get out into nature to tap into your heart space. This is where this stuff is in your heart space. And also to drink more water. So we have green, nature, water, drinking more water. I've noticed that myself personally. Just like I just need more water right now. Maybe it's ascension symptoms or something. I just like can't get enough water. So drink more water might help. And then I find yeah, I drink the more water and then I feel a lot better very quickly. So drink more water, Pisces. It might help. And so quiet time, listening in on this so we can tap into this past life situation so that we can forgive the other and ourselves for whatever may have occurred in this past life that we just do not need to carry with us anymore. Forgive and let it go. Out with the old. Out with the old. Forgive our brothers and sisters. Everyone is our brothers and sisters. They did the best they could. So in this past lifetime, whatever the situation was, remember that only love is real. Peace comes when you remember that only love is real. And okay, in some of those past time of those lifetimes. They're showing me again this chronological lifetimes line. And so we're here, and back here in these lifetimes, you know, it was brutal. People were barbaric and really hurt each other. And that's just the way it was back then. You know? So again, this idea that everyone is doing the best they can in every moment, in every lifetime, in every situation. Fear is some powerful stuff. So people in fear did some horrible things. But they were just people in fear. And that lifetime is now over. So see if you can tap into it to clear it out. Forgive them and forgive yourself. As you release this resentment, blame, guilt, anger, all of those frequencies just turn your dial like this and just make it very staticky, right? So we want to go back and let that go. Let that go. Talk about your feelings. Talk about this if you need to with a very best friend, someone that you trust, that you are able to talk about these kinds of deep situations with. Find a really good friend that you can talk about this with. It will help to hear yourself, is what they're saying. To hear yourself. So for some of you, tapping into this, going into a quiet place, it kind of may stir it up, wake it up, right? Quiet time. It may stir it up. And then, especially if you're claircognizant, now where'd that go? Especially if with claircognizance, right? Because claircognizance is mental. So it's tricky, isn't it? This quiet your mind, but be mindful. Quiet your mind, but pay attention to what pops into your mind. Pisces. You know, it's kind of deep, right? It's a delicate line between these two. But if anyone can manage this, you guys can. So they're saying that with claircognizance and thoughts coming into your head, do you find sometimes they're showing me this swirling in your head, just this swirling in your head, different from monkey mind. Different from monkey mind. It's ideas and thoughts, because there's so many of them, right? It's ideas and thoughts that are swirling around. Have you ever felt like you just have to hear yourself? That if you can just get yourself in front of a great friend who will just listen, that what helps you the most is being able to share it with a friend in terms of hearing your own thoughts, of hearing yourself. It sort of channels this. So you picture this sort of whirlwind of thoughts as they come up. From healing this, as they come up and they're swirling around, if you get them out and talk to a friend, it will help channel the information that's coming for you. Talk to a best friend so that you can hear yourself. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. And then simplicity, you know, keeping it simple. So again, they're saying, you know, talking to a best friend will help simplify all that's going on in your mind. The mind is connected to the heart. The mind and the heart work together. So by talking to a friend, you're simplifying that whirlwind of thoughts that are going to be coming from your heart space as you go back into this. Does that make sense? So simplicity, that's what we're after. Simplicity and peace. We want peace with this so we can let go of that situation. Where to go? Yeah, let go of that. So that we can tune our station, our vibration, energy vibration to all that's kind of already here. It's just a matter of timing. Right? It's just a matter of timing. Now we just wait. But we can have peace while we trust that Spirit will, that it will come when it's perfectly lined up to exactly what we're wanting, and then some. And extra more surprises. Yeah. And the last card is so sweet, that wants to go, and she wants to go like all by itself. She just was that wanted to be down here in the corner as the final card with nothing else really around it. And it's from Damara, talking about working with children. Yes, you guys are great with children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So this is wanting to go alone, although they want me to mention that, remember earlier in the reading, you got the counselor and the healing cards. So she is alone here at the end, but it's actually talking literally, it says counseling and healing children. And you are a counselor and a healer. Both came up early in the reading. So use those skills to work with children. Now, this position on the table is also happens to be underneath all of this. Your wish is granted, abundance is coming, trust that it's coming in divine timing, right? So it's almost like they're giving you this to do while you trust and wait patiently, because you know that when it does come, when the timing is right, it's just going to be phenomenal. So this is coming underneath all of that to say, here's what you can do right now to make the most of your time. Is working with children. And look at these children, look a little bit sad. So they need you. They're calling to you to help with some healing and counseling. And children ask, right? They ask a lot of questions. So if you're a healer, children are perfect, because as a healer, you want to make sure that you're only working with those that are asking, right? And children ask so many questions. They're so curious and innocent. They want to know things. And what a perfect thing for you guys to be doing is healing and counseling children. So if this resonates with you, it feels like some of you are already doing that, and they're saying, good job, keep going. For those of you that are thinking about it and just maybe haven't taken some steps towards it, they're asking you to take some steps towards it and check it out. If you're not absolutely sure that this is what you want to do, then maybe give it a try. Just give it a try. Spend some time in a park. They're showing parks where children go play, and just kind of hang out and watch the children and see if you feel more comfortable there. If that's just to see if that's something you'd like to do with your days, is spending time with children, helping and healing the children. They need you guys. All right, beautiful reading, Pisces. Pisces. All right, I think that's everything. I love you guys. Until next time, take really good care of yourself. Have a great month. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.